So in this video, we're going to talk about radians and degrees. So changing from radians to degrees and degrees to radians. So in class, we talked about pi and 180 being the same angle measure. And so looking at this, this is 0 pi. And so if we go all the way over here, this is pi, and that is the same as 180. And so when we're going from radians to degrees, that's when the degree is in the numerator. And so here I have, I'm going to multiply by 180 over pi. So radian angle measure to degree angle measure would be 180 over pi. Degrees to radians is the reciprocal of that. So I'm going to multiply by pi over 180 degrees. And so this is the gist of everything that we're doing in this lesson today. So let's do a couple of examples of that. So radians to degrees. So if I have 4 pi over 3, I'm going to take this, and just like we saw on the last screen, I'm going to multiply by 180 over pi. And so multiply straight across, I end up with 4 times 180 times pi over 3 times pi. The pi's will divide out, and then I can just type this in the calculator. So 4 times 180 over 3. So 4 times 180 divided by 3 ends up giving me 240 degrees when I type that in the calculator. And so that's radians to degrees. That's pretty easy because we're just multiplying, typing things in the calculator. Degrees to radians is a little bit harder. So we have, let's say, 305 degrees. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of that. So pi is in the numerator, 180 is in the denominator, and I'm going to multiply straight across. There is a 1 in the denominator here, and so this will be 305 pi over 180. And so both of these numbers are divisible by 5, so I'm going to, and I know that because of the 5 and the 0. So I'm going to divide that by 5 and that by 5. And so 5 goes into 30 6 times. 5 goes into 5 once. So 61 pi over 36 would be my final answer. So nothing else divides out on that one. And nothing else simplifies on that one. And so that's going to be my degree angle measure, and this is going to be my radian angle measure. Let's do drawing the angle measures. So if your angle measure is outside of this. Okay, so this is on my unit circle. And so let's say I have 400. 400 is bigger than this. And so if I want to know what angle measure is the same as that, I can take 360, subtract it out, and so what's left over is 40 degrees. And so when I'm graphing, 40 degrees would be here, but 400 is going to be 360 and then another 40. So I go around once and then beyond. The other direction, if I'm talking about negative angle measures, if I say negative 70, I can take 360 and add 360 to it so that now it's a positive number. And so what that is equal to is 290 degrees in the positive. And so this angle and this angle are the same, just like this angle and this angle are the same. And so when I'm graphing, remember that positive angles go this direction, negative angle measures go that direction. And so 70 degrees, so this would be 90 degrees, negative. And so 70 is going to be just short of that. So this is negative 70 degrees. Or if I go in the positive direction, this would be 290 degrees, or 20 degrees past 270. And so that's how the positive and negative angle measures work for 360. If we're outside of 0 to 2 pi, then you could have something larger than 2 pi. So let's say 20 pi over 3. And so really what's happening here, we're talking about my pi over 3 pieces. And so this is 1 pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we just keep going, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I picked a really big number, 17, 18, 19, 20. And so this angle measure here, we've gone around 3 times. And so then 20 would be the same as 2 pi over 3. It's also the same as 8 pi over 3, or 14 pi over 3, or 20 pi over 3. All of those angle measures are the same. This just has 2 pieces. This is 1 rotation plus that. This is 1 rotation, and we end here. Or 2 rotations, and then this would be 3 rotations, and we end at 2 pi over 3 on that one. The other way you can think about this is this like 7 pi over 2. I think this is actually a problem on your assignment. So 7 pi over 2, we're going to subtract out 2 pi. But I need this denominator to be 2. And so that means I need to multiply this by 2 and my denominator by 2 so that I can subtract my fractions. And so I have 7 pi over 2 minus 2 times 2, which is 4 pi over 2. 4 halves would be 1 half. Or sorry, 2. 4 halves is the same as 2 pi. And so what I'm doing here is I'm taking out 360, or I'm taking out 1 full rotation. So 7 pi minus 4 is equal to 3 pi over 2. Visually, what's happening here is 1, 2, 3, 4 pi pieces. 5 would be the same as 1. 6 would be the same as 2. 7 is the same as 3 pi over 2. And so 3 pi over 2 is the same as 7 pi over 2. So hopefully that helps with your radians and degrees and angle measures and all of that as you're working through.